This one's all you, JR. You've got some juicy stuff for us, apparently, about Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, so I didn't even tell these guys about it because I kind of wanted their instant reactions when I say this. But and I think most of you will say, "Oh, that makes sense" when I tell you it. But basically, what's going on right now is the week before, not the week before, the week during the Big Ten championship week. So the week leading up to that, the NCAA met with the Big Ten, basically gave them all the information that they currently have, and they are still finding information as they go. And there's a lot to unravel here. From what I heard, as of right now, the spring, like the practice film, stuff like that, um, that's all true from what I was told. I was told that what happened is that the Michigan program somehow, who knows, there might be some kind of weasel in the Ohio State program, we don't know, gave the login credentials to the cloud system that holds all of the practice film to somebody in the Michigan program. Now, the person right now being blamed for all this sign stealing stuff because Jim Harbaugh didn't know is Jay Harbaugh. So a lot of people think that it might have been Jay Harbaugh that was given the practice footage or whatever, which really we know right now is not practice footage. It's just film that's on a cloud for that kind of stuff. But basically, because of that, because of the possibility, actually, I would say the very likelihood of the gambling as well, Jim Harbaugh is going to get a show cause probably this summer. I'm not as confident on the timing, but probably this summer he will get a show cause for at least 1 year, maybe two. And Jay Harbaugh will be fired. He's going to be blackballed from college football. I would be surprised if Jay Harbaugh ever coaches a college football team ever again. And that's saying a lot considering the FBI stuff we've seen with some college basketball coaches. I mean, Archie Miller, got a coaching job a year after he got in trouble with
Yeah.
the FBI and everything. So, but that's saying a lot. But just the general consensus is that this was so deep, this was so large, and anybody that wants to tell you, any Michigan fans that want to tell you that Michigan wasn't cheating for this game this past week, they logged in after Connor Stallions was fired.
Boom.
Oh, spaghetti-os.
Yes.
So, JR, are you hearing anything about any other coaches that may be involved?
The only one I know for sure, I've heard about other coaches. The only one I know for sure is Jay Harbaugh. Um, I've heard some about Mentor, some about Moore. I'm not as confident in those, and the people I've spoken to haven't been as confident, so I don't want to say those for sure. But I know for sure that Jay Harbaugh was involved, and he was kind of like the linchpin that was keeping Daddy clean, his actual daddy.
So okay. So, that was weird. All right.
His actual daddy.
Yeah, right.
I want that to
guess.
be clear, okay?
Okay. So does a show cause, and this is where I don't know, but if he gets a show cause, is that not, would he not be fired? And I mean Jim.
Yeah, so if the university wanted to, and this is where all the extension talk comes into play, if the university wanted to, they could technically keep him, suspend him without pay. He serves the show cause, and then he comes back and he's the coach. Now, I don't know very much about what's going on in the Michigan program. Sam Webb probably knows more than I do on that. But what I would guess, and this is just complete guess and speculation on my part, is that they would probably try to do something with Jim Harbaugh, as being suspended without pay, and Sharon Moore taking care of things. That's one of the reasons why, again, this is my speculation, I believe that's one of the reasons why we've seen the report that Jim Harbaugh will not be talking with NFL teams, is because they don't want to lose him in the middle of the show cause.
Wow.
So I'm trying to wrap my head around this because you didn't tell me what it was going to be, JR. You just
I
said
wanted your
you
honest
said-
reaction.
Yeah, you said it's just going to be Michigan. I can't help as an Ohio State fan to not compare this to Jim Tressel. And I understand that was how many X years ago? That was a lot of years ago. Over 13 years ago, right? Try to do the math in my head.
Yeah.
Tressel got 5, right?
Yeah.
5 years
Yes.
for lying to the NCAA. He was fired by Ohio State before the NCAA gave him the show cause. Am I right about that?
I believe so.
Okay. I can't get past the fact that the administrators, the athletic department of this university is defending Jim Harbaugh like they are. And the only thing that comes to my mind is they've known this. They are involved in this. Because you would think that they would be like, if this is true, we're getting rid of this guy. We're going to fire him. NCAA, you can do what you want with him. That's what Ohio State did. But it feels like they are circling around and protecting this man. And I just don't get it. I don't.
Dude, administration has to have skin in the game. There's no reason.
Yeah.
There is no reason to react this hardcore about something unless they're involved. Because I'm with you, Eric. I can't think of a reason why they would circle the wagons around Jim Harbaugh. Of all people,
everybody does. Everybody in that fan base, in that program, in that university defends this guy like he's some kind of prophet or something. Like a religious figure. I don't get it.
Well, I get fans doing it. We do it with Jim Tressel. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And we do it with Urban Meyer.
Yeah,
still.
I mean, perfect example right here. Here you go.
Yeah, I get that. I get fans because they don't know crap about what's going on behind the closed doors anyway. The administration is what has me concerned. The players, and even though they're in the locker room, they may not know what's going on behind the coach's closed doors.
And the thing about it, Aaron, is Brian Kelly's caddy's exactly right. Harbaugh's cuckoo, man.
The dude he's a lunatic.
He's weird. Like it's like everybody in the world sees it. Everybody in college football sees it except for them. They're like, that's my guy. He's
totally normal.
Man.
Totally normal to have a sleepover at a teenager's house.
Everybody does it, right?
As a 50-year-old man. Like, what are you? Never mind. We're going to get reported again, and I don't want that. So, continue on with the podcast.
JR, do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, so
a lot of speculation.
The last part there where I clearly told you what was speculation, yes, that was speculation. The beginning part where I said this is from a source is not speculation. You can believe whatever you want, Ty. It doesn't matter to me. However, if you would like to wager $1,000 on Jim Harbaugh getting a show cause, I'd be pretty comfortable with that wager, personally.
There you go. There you go. So, all right, there you have it. There's your weekly JR Insider news drop for y'all that you haven't heard or read anywhere else. That's why we pay this guy the big bucks. He went into the transfer portal. We quickly grabbed him up and brought him over to the OHIO podcast. So there you have it, guys.